Hi guys, welcome to Challenge the Road. We've got a few things to go through. I'm going to put up the Tesla video where the guy is using the Apple headset, the augmented reality. So you've got virtual reality and you've got augmented. Virtual reality, you're in a different world, a different space, and augmented, you're trying to use the space that you're in. I think this video is probably a hoax, but it could still be done. And I assume it'll be done more and more. But I don't want to know your guys' feeling on this. What do you think? Because how far can we go with this digital future? And I had something the other day where I was out driving, and you've got so many aids on these cars now, haven't you? They try and switch, you can't, they think we can't even drive between the lines on the road. So they're trying to, jerk the steering wheel back, and some are aggressive, some are less aggressive. But I was driving along here, and we have a lot of deer around here. And I was going down the road, it's very cold, -2. And on the left-hand side of the road, it was very icy, like loads of ice. I could see it. I'm going down the hill. I've got cars coming the other way and a deer come out. Now, my reaction was not to do anything, because my feeling was if I touch the brake on the ice, I'm going to turn the car around and I'm going to go into oncoming traffic. The deer comes along, unfortunately hits the side of the car. I just carry on straight. Now in my mind, through experience of driving, I'm thinking, don't move, don't brake. Now, my mind was then very quickly, and you imagine how quick a human brain can react. I'm thinking, God, I hope this car doesn't brake itself, because I'm going to spin off and I'm toast, because it's going to spin the car, because this ice is 2 foot wide. It's on the left-hand side of the road. And anyway, it didn't, luckily. And, the deer hit the car and I carried on. Now, all I was thinking is these systems are great, but it's assuming that we can't drive properly or can't drive. Now, I think it should be opt-in, opt-out. I don't know what you guys think about that, but obviously watching Harry's Garage video, I like watching his videos, and he said obviously 2025, lane assist cannot be turned off. I think that's crazy. I think that you should be able to just opt in, opt out. You can at the moment, you have to turn it off as you go in, but I find lane assist a bit intrusive. I find that there's no feeling that I can actually drive. But I can also see that if I was using cruise control, lane assist could be good, because then I'm almost self-driving, so I'm not as alert maybe. And if you watch Tesla cars, you'd need the lane assist, and other electric cars where you've got self-driving. So I think in certain situations it's good, but the system is assuming that we have no ability to drive and control a car. And I'll give you other examples of, when my wife, when we had the first one, when you reverse and it sort of thinks you're having an accident and it brakes just because a bramble's come out, and it makes you look like you're an idiot driver because it's so aggressive. And these systems are going to get put more and more into the cars. I feel sometimes when I'm out driving, I'm very aware of wing mirrors, cars around, and the more we make ourselves not aware, I'm not sure there's any systems that can be as far ahead as maybe some of the drivers are. Like if I'm out driving, say it's a long road, I'm looking a long way ahead and I can see what's coming and what's happening. And maybe they will get there, but at the moment I'm just not sure they are. But in certain situations, I think if you're elderly, you want to get out, you want to use self-driving. Maybe if there's clauses coming in that, your eyesight's poor or whatever and you can't have a license, I think great, 100% go for that. But to class all of us as if we have to use these systems, I'm not so sure. So my thinking has been, well, should we then have, should I be buying cars that won't have this and maybe keep it longer? Could that be an option? Could I get into an 18 to 22 year model that hasn't got all these systems? New cars will be speed limited. The other thing he said which was quite interesting, every time you go over a speed limit, there's going to be the dong-in noise to slow down. Now, where speed limits, and I'm not saying about breaking speed limits, but I'm just saying a lot of the time, what's the point in having an electric car that can go 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds or whatever? What's the point? So if you're going to limit us and you're going to put all these systems in, don't give us a car that's so fast. Make it 8, 10 seconds to 60 as they were in the old days. If you're going to do like 20-mile-an-hour limits, that's fine, but don't give us like, you're giving people almost like a rocket launcher as a car. It's too fast. I've been in them and I feel it's too quick, and I've got a lot of quick cars, but they're too fast. So I think they've got to help us as well. But yeah, it's got me really thinking about 2025 and what's going to happen. Now, the next point I've got is obviously these AR goggles, or Apple sort of brought out this. We've had Google Glass before, where you can put it in your glasses, you can see that, fine. This is quite a big unit to use, and obviously the video is showing someone doing their emails, but I'm also seeing videos of people going into restaurants and they're bringing up the menu and then they're sitting and they're having their dinner, and I just think, can't we just have a menu? Do you know what I mean? I just, you go to places now, like sometimes I don't like having a phone. I actually went out the other day, I drove to the school and I thought, I haven't got my phone with me, and actually it was really nice. So you can't ever get away now, because everywhere you go, you've got to have a phone. It's a bit like, I didn't drive, I went to London on the train, and when I come back, I was on my phone, I've been on it all day, and the battery run out. Now, the ticket was on my phone. So when I got to the station, they said, can I have your ticket? I said, sorry, but the phone's run out. If you've got a charger, I'll charge it. They said, it's £100 fine. I said, look, so I'm not being funny, but you're asking me to put it on the phone. My battery's run out. I'm not paying a fine. And they said, look, you look sort of okay. We'll put you through. But I was just sort of thinking back, going through there, thinking, well, why not have some chargers there? Why are you're putting it on the phone? I know it's better because it's paperless, but like when I go on, being in the phone business as well, I know sometimes phones can just turn off, never come back on. So whenever we go abroad, I go like, get a paper copy of the ticket, because I know that phones go wrong. And if you've only got that on your phone, I'm not sure I'm that happy with that. And that's where we're going. We're trying to be more digital, but where's the end? Where do we start to think, well, it's going too far? We've seen the same in sports, where the golf ball's going too far, or the grooves are different, or the racket heads too. And there's got to come a point where we have to say, well, these systems are great, but only for certain people who want it. But 2025, I think we're all going to be in. But I found this article and I want to show it to you. So Ford launches Level 2 autonomous driving system with approval for British roads. So this has been approved. It's called Level 2. The system was launched on the all-electric. So really, they want it on electric cars. That's the first thing. It's on the Mustang Mach-E. The system uses a forward-facing camera to monitor road markings, speed signs, and evolving traffic conditions to control steering, acceleration, braking, and lane positioning. It is also designed to constantly maintain safe distances with other vehicles ahead. Ford has made the technology available via subscription, so a subscription model for 2023 vehicles in Great Britain. This is great news that Ford has chosen Great Britain for the European launch of their Blue Cruise technology. I am delighted this country is once more at the forefront of innovation. Now, I think that's all fine, but I always used to like driving, and driving is now becoming like an office. I'll give you an example. Like sometimes you drive to work and you get up and you go and you have your favourite song on and you drive. And maybe you had a manual gearbox and that was your relaxation. Now you finish work, you get in the car and you drove home and you had the radio on and you listen to stuff, and it sort of almost makes you unwind. And I don't know if you've had that as well, but now we're saying, like, I get in the car and it goes, you have a new WhatsApp message. Instagram 7644 liked your post. I'm like, can you just leave me alone? And the other day I thought, you know what? I'm just going to turn it off. So I turned it off. And of course it cut all the Bluetooth. So I didn't have my music because my music's on my bloody phone. And I just went back to the radio. But we're going to get a problem where no one can really unwind in this country, because we're like tech. And I'm not sure it's good, even though I sell tech. But I still think there needs to be like an off button or a way you can use. I mean, I use Do Not Disturb a lot, which my friends know because they say, Richard, why don't you answer? But when I go fishing, I turn it off. I only have my wife and my daughters and my dad and stuff on there, my mum, who can phone me and get through to me. And I'm happy with that because in the past, I used to go out, didn't have any systems at all. I didn't have a phone. So I don't know how we lived in that era of not having a phone. You know, we did. So that's really that. I mean, I'm just thinking, I want to keep this debate going and I want to look at what's happening and I want to just be careful. Like for me, the next car I get other than the Taycan, what sort of technology do I want that is nice, you know, and is not intrusive and is not bong, 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 bong all the time when you're driving because it's just distracting. So yes, and that's becoming soon because I've got to change the Taycan now. Summer's coming, I'll say spring first, but then summer. But I want to be able to drive more, I want to go out more, I want to go down to Wales, I want to go down to Devon, I want to travel a lot more. So, you know, a full electric car is not going to do that for me. And if you don't like that, well, you put it in the comments, doesn't matter. I've done it all. I've got EVs here, I've got hybrids. I'm just not sure whether I'm going to go for a petrol, like a Macan GTS, or I'm going to go hybrid. I'm just not sure. I really wanted hybrid, but it just needs a decent amount of miles. So anyway, but I'm working on that at the moment. But yeah, hope you like these videos. Yeah, and I'll be really interested in your comments this time, you know, and I'll comment back on them. So please, yeah, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.